Where's the best way for us to see who's upgraded in our list?
Great question. I'll tackle that on the team call. You got to go into your back office and check on community.
Okay, got
Um,
it.
but I'll tackle that in a second for you.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, that's cool. Just want to give people about another minute just to join before we get started.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember who to reach out to.
George Charla, is it Charla?
Charla, I reached out to her.
Yeah.
I didn't know if Ray has
No,
done anything yet.
Ray's upgraded as an affiliate.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, he'd be worth reaching out to.
Yep.
Um, all right, let's get this party started. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us for our team base camp call. Joanne says she's on silent. That's all cool. Look, guys, these are interactive. These are our opportunity to build community, foster connection, get clarity, sort of avoid some confusion, help us get unstuck and move up the mountain towards some town together. Hey, but totally understand that you've got stuff in the background and all that sort of thing. Please use the chats there to ask your questions and engage if need be. But let's turn our cameras on, let's turn our mics on, and let's get interactive and let's engage. Yeah. So I'm going to just go and dive in and tackle a few of the questions that I'm seeing in the chat before we open it up for open mic. And so one of the big things that I know Amanda's joined to get the answers to these questions is around this whole concept of PQV. So, what does PQV even stand for? Personal qualifying volume. So, as we unpack the comp plan, I'm not going to do a deep dive into it today. I just want to basically show you what you need to do to be active. So, we've all upgraded to either Influencer or Influencer Pro, paid our 500 or 800 US dollars to get our license, and now we need to stay active. And obviously, when the comp plan was all set out, they've set it all out and they've played for the long term game. And there's this chatter around the community at the moment around having to have 100 PV to personal volume to stay active. So personal volume, how's that accrued? Well, straightforward, it's personal volume. So your monthly membership fee, which is either 30 or $40 a month, depending if you're an influencer or influencer pro, that is equivalent to 1 point for $1, right? And then the products that we personally purchase go towards that personal volume. Now, yes, last month they made an announcement. They dropped the criteria from 100 PV down to 30 PV. So 30 personal volume points to make sure that we're active. Now, you need to be active to receive any commissions, especially the matrix commissions. You can have an inactive account for up to about 3 months before you'll lose your position in the matrix. So just to, you need to make sure that you're staying active so you keep your position locked in at that time and date stamped. Now, let's say if you had someone join and they were inactive for 6 months and they reactivated their account, what is going to happen is they're going to lose their original time and date stamp and they'll just get the next best spot. So it's not going to be that hard to get once we get going to stay qualified for the PV because the PV doesn't have to be our own personal purchases. It can come from our customers as well. So like anybody in our team that goes and buys a product is a customer as well as an influencer. But then we also have people who will just be customers. So as long as they're your personal recruits, like you personally sponsored them in, they will go towards your PV volume as well. So right now, if I go into my back office here and just do a bit of a screen share, you go log into your back office at my.shoply.com and log in. Now, there are some tech glitches going on. We've got to be patient and there's teething issues with a new launch of a new tech company here. And there have been some issues with reporting and status is paying not applicable. Look, all we need to do if that's happening, if you see that, you just need to reach out to support, go here and send them an email. And you send them a support ticket and just query it. I've got a support ticket going at the moment because I paid my membership fee last week. So technically, I should be active. So I'm in that space. So this is the teething issues that we're all going through at the moment. We just need to go through it with them and be graceful, be patient, and just work with them, not against them. So last month, you see here, I hit Mac 1 and away we go, right? So you'll see here, organizational volume. That's the other difference here I want to talk about. So we've got PV and we've got OV. OV is organizational volume. So anybody who's in my team and below, so I've got, 40 influencer pros in the team, and we've got, one influencer and 18 affiliates from me down, right? So anybody who's starting to pay their monthly membership fee of 40 points, and, I actually went and purchased some product myself just to, go through it. I purchased some Stellamere. That's gone into that volume. But that 80 points there is for that Stellamere is my personal volume. And when my membership fee kicks in, there'll be another 40 points. So that'll be my 120 personal volume. Now, I'm not saying that right now, the knowledge that I have right now, as this has been recorded, is that they dropped it down for the month of September down to 30 PV. Now, it still looks like it's operating at 30 PV because there's only a handful of vendors on there, right? So the rollout, the runway they predicted, they're about 4 weeks running behind. So my prediction, and this is just a prediction until I hear otherwise, and as soon as I do, I'll communicate it effectively throughout the team to make sure that we're all clear on this. But my prediction is that the month of October will stay the same as 30 PV as well. Just want to make sure that that's very clear. That's only a prediction, and I'm only going off of what I see here in the back office. Then you can show you how you can do it yourself, right? So if I go, say, to T1 here, you'll see here they had option 1. Option 1 is the original comp plan, requirements, right? Need to have 100 PV. What they did as a workaround for the month of September, and it looks like, looking at what I see here in front of me, it's going to be the same for October, right? They reduced the PV down to 30. So all we had to do for the PV requirements for the month of September was pay our monthly membership fee. And looking at what I can see here in front of me right now, until I get told otherwise, it'll be 30 PV for October as well. However, they do host their strategic leadership calls on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. So I'll be jumping on next week's to make sure, and I'll be asking this question. I'm waiting for confirmation from leadership if that is the case, right? So as we rank up here, like I hit Mac 1 last month. If I come up here, I go to September, you'll see all the requirements here that I needed to hit for Mac 1. So if I go down here to Mac 1, so macro 1, go to option 2, you see I've ticked all the requirements there, right? I was commissionable. As affiliate, had my active subscription, I paid my monthly fee, only needed 30 PV for the month. And this organizational volume here, that was built up with me and my team below, whether I personally recruited them or Amanda recruited them or Leanne recruited them, whoever it is, right? So when everybody upgraded for Influencer Pro, we all paid $800. That's 1 point for $1. So that was 800 volume points per person that upgraded, which gave me over the 33,000 points that I needed to hit Mac 1. So I'm not going to go right deep dive into all the requirements. I just want to talk really around personal volume, which is PQV, and organizational volume, and just help you create some clarity around that. Before we move forward and we dive into some other strategies like ATM, let's just have a quick conversation around this. So is there any questions or any confusion, any queries that anybody has to tackle this part of it all? So what is OV? So organizational volume, Leanne. Yeah, cool. Yep, go Leanne.
So I did enroll somebody, but I don't see anything under commissions and stuff like that. Is that just not working yet, or?
It's a tech glitch, I'd say. Like, and I've had issues this month myself, so you need to reach out to support, send them a support ticket, and just say, "Hey, look, I've enrolled someone. It should be saying this, but it's not." And so
Okay.
they've got a little bug in the system that they had last month. They thought they'd fixed it. It looks like it's still been an issue for them. So we just
And
need to
where should I be seeing it so that I can tell?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So there's two places here that you need to check, right? So the best place to go check is go to organization,
Sure.
right? So this here says 362 entries. So that's everybody who's a free invite is a lead in the system, right? So now if I go to customer type here,
Oh,
that'll bring up all my affiliates that I've upgraded, my personal ones. But then anybody below me, I could see all their team as well. So you'll be able to do the same. Anybody below
Oh,
you, you'll be able to see your organizational team. So I can
right.
see here, Leanne, you've got Ray that's joined as an
Yeah,
affiliate. Okay.
right.
So then if I scroll down here, I've got influencers, influencer pros, and guys, I'm being completely transparent here. So some of this information is a bit confidential, so keep it to yourself, please. But yeah, like your influencer pro
Yeah.
here, and you can start to see here, that's my personal volume. I bought the Stellamere product yesterday. That gave me 80 PV. Right now, Chandler he's upgraded. He's upgraded and he's paid his monthly fee just the other day, which gave us 40 PV in that. So that personal volume. It's a little bit confusing because that says personal volume, but this doesn't go towards my PV. That goes into my organizational volume. Does that make sense? And then if
Yep.
I see down here, your person, Leanne, your upgrade that upgraded the other day has 80
Yeah.
PV there.
So she is there, but where's the other place that we would look? Because when I look at commissions, I don't see her.
Yeah, no, so you need to look in your organizations. So organizations, just click on
Okay.
organizations
I
and
see her there.
you go there.
Yes.
Yeah. So as once you hit mic 1 and above, and so mic 1. So what do you need to hit for mic 1? So mic 1 is hang on, just to go to option 2 here. It was the volume of 7,000, organizational volume above. Once you start getting about mic 1, you need to start going into some other requirements, like you need 3 T1 legs, meaning in your team, you need to have 3 people who have hit T1. So I know Amanda, you were so close to hitting mic 1 last month because you had the organizational volume, but you didn't have the 3 people who are at T1 and above. So T1, they just need to have 1,000 volume, right? So essentially that's 2 recruits to qualify to hit that T1. Now I could see here in my organization, if I go to waiting room, so once you hit mic 1 and above, we get access to a waiting room. And then we have 30 days to place our people. So last month, I had around about 30 people that I could place. So with our uni level, so we've got basically 2 comp plans to think about here. It's all big one hybrid thing. So with our uni level, this essentially is the network marketing side of it all, the team building and recruitment side of it all. And then we have the matrix, which is spillover and all of that sort of thing with the other organizational volume comp plan. Not going to get into the weeds of that today. We'll do that another time. But just know to rank up, to go all the way to the top of the comp plan, you need to have at least 3 active teams that have got volume going in each team, right? So the culture that I'm wanting to build through the team, and this is up to you whether you adopt the same culture for your team or not, but I'm all about servanthood and all about servant leadership. So by me taking people off my first line and putting them onto my second line, well, my first line, I could get paid 15% commission on the organizational volume, and then it drops down to 10%, 5%, and goes down, right? As we go down through the lines. Now, I'm just going to go 10 teams wide, me personally, right now. And so I've got 10 teams, 10 people who are starting to recruit, starting to be active. And so I took my other 20 people and I started to reward my active players and I placed them in their team. Some of you would have gotten a message from me that I had done that I had placed people underneath you. So Amanda, using you as an example here, you almost hit mic 1. So if I could hit, this little icon here, I could see, the status here. I could go status and it's only showing me this month right now, but was it going to show me October? No, when I looked at September, you had like 10,000 volume points, but you only had 2 T1s. So you only had 2 people that are actually duplicating and doing it. So if you had that 3, you would have hit mic 1, and then you would have that same thing happening for you as well. So I put under Amanda, I put Enid, I've put Nicole, I put Maria. They were my personal recruits, and I've placed them under Amanda to help her to start ranking up as well. And I've done that for all of my active recruiters that are doing things as well. So it's a team effort, and we're working and locking arms together. So once you hit mic 1 and above, we have that what I call layered leadership structure to be able to start building this together as a team. So yeah, so in Leanne, that's to answer your question there is basically I come here, I hit customer type, and I just make sure I study this report on a daily basis just as a quick glance to see who's doing what. Does that help?
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Cool, cool, cool. Awesome, guys. Any other questions around organizational volume requirements, PV, any of that sort of stuff? No, Amanda, I know that that was a pretty important topic for you. Does that help create some clarity for you?
Yeah, it does. I think it goes a little bit deeper, but I'll wait to see what you've got to deliver in this session because I know you've got more to bring, more magic to bring. Um, Obviously I've got peeps in the team going, well, it's all well and good, but I'm not growing this yet because there's not, I don't have a whole, there's not a whole heap of stuff on the site. So, when you
Sorry.
don't, I guess when they don't see the vision, they're like, well, where are the products?
Yeah.
So, you've got some smaller players who are like, I really want to grow this, but I don't know how. So, but I think you're going to cover that later. But it answers the question for the PV, especially for the influencer pros who are heavily obviously invested, and they're like, well, what do I need to do to make sure that I maintain that 100? So, and yeah, I think that I've told them anyway for October, it looks like it's going to stay that 30 or 40, whatever it might be.
The membership fee will basically keep them active. Yeah, as
Yeah.
long as they pay their membership fee. Now, looking at this entire comp plan, and basically the way I see it working is there's three income streams. There's the whole vendor business development program, which we bring on other vendors. We get 3% royalty sales off the commissions from global sales, not just from our team, globally. And that was the main thing that I got onto this. I wanted to be able to get onto an opportunity that's not required to build teams to make money. However, there is a very, very good lucrative, commission player there for those of us who are team builders, who do love the leadership roles of all of that sort of thing, and go and recruit and bring on other influencers and influencer pros. And to help other people to do the whole vendor side of things, they need to be an influencer pro. So I just see that as a double whammy, getting more bang for our buck. And then the third income stream is obviously just the affiliate side of things. Go and selling all the other products that are on the platform, get in the affiliate commission, and away we go. There's 8 ways that we get paid, but they're essentially the 3 income verticals that I see that we can really tap in and take advantage of this. So right now, personally, I'm looking for vendors. I'm looking for, at the moment, up until the 10th of October, they brought back that free vendor license. So anybody who signs up as an influencer pro will be able to get access to that free vendor license that they had in launch, because they're looking to stack this up with vendors, obviously, right? It's an ecosystem. We've got over 30,000 influencer pros that have, joined globally. Now, all of us are waiting to get access to these awesome products to be able to be influencers of. But we need to bring on the vendors to do that. I just got approval for going through the whole know your customer process. It's very much like, putting on a product on Amazon, right? You've got to go through the whole fraud protection, know your customer, make sure that you're a legit business, all of that sort of stuff. I've just gone through the other side of that, back and forth with all my emails and all of my documents that I had to prove. And I just got approval yesterday to move forward now with placing my products on the platform. So I'm about to launch my Laptop Lifestyle Dads Academy product. Is going to be the first product that I'm going to launch on there. That's going to be a monthly subscription fee product where our affiliates, our influencers, it's going to serve them with the education side of things, but then they're also going to be able to, if they want to, promote that products to their people and get a 50% affiliate commission, because I get to control that. And part of that is I'm looking at this organizational volume chart here for all of us to bring the volume into those requirements. So, selling a digital course, my product, or, Amanda's product when she launches it, or Leanne's or someone else's, will be able to help us meet those PV requirements as well. So it's very much going to work hand in hand and build into the ecosystem. So you're not getting right into the detail. There is a comp plan video. If you need to watch that, I highly recommend going and watch that and then coming back to us and having a conversation around that, so you got that base knowledge. But essentially, to keep it really simple for everybody that's on the call today, right now, the game we're playing is go bring on influencer pros and other vendors. So right now, when we bring on someone who upgrades to an influencer pro, they're getting a free vendor license to go with that. So essentially, that's all I'm doing. I'm just getting people to upgrade to Influencer Pro, whether they're an influencer or a vendor, or they want to do both. It's that early adopter sort of stage conversation. And for every person that upgrades to Influencer Pro, we get, if we're an Influencer Pro ourselves, we get 20% direct commission. So for the first month, I cleared $4,000 in commissions. I upgraded 20 people to Influencer and Influencer Pro. And so $2,000 of that came from, the direct commission. And then because of that, that team, and I started kicking into the matrix bonus. I started earning matrix commissions as well with the spillover. Now, everybody will, even if you sit there and do nothing, you'll still get advantage of the spillover. We saw a bit of spillover starting to happen there last month when everybody was in the flurry of the launch and everybody was recruiting. Then we got to the end of the launch, and it seems to be a global thing, not just our team. Globally, everybody hit the pause button. What's next? How are we going to keep this moving going forward? And so everybody sort of really squeezed every little last bit out of the launch. And like myself included, right? I got all of my hot, warm influence people involved. And now I'm just starting the conversation, reaching out to brand new people. And like looking at what I've got in my pipeline, I'll have about 5 to 7 new upgrades in the next 10 days, upgrading and taking advantage of that Influencer Pro versus the free vendor license. So now that starts to build the team. And because I'm recruiting again, and Aaron will be recruiting again at the top, that spillover will start to happen again. Now, here's just to be completely transparent with you. This is just to show you the commissions that I personally got and how it all works. And I won't do this all the time. I'm just doing it just to give you guys these early days. But here we go. So if I go to live commissions, I've got nothing to hide, guys. I'm not that type of person. Monthly is going to be like all of our product sales and organizational volume. That will get paid once a month. And we'll see that closes out on the 31st of each month, gets paid out on the 15th of the month. Bi-monthly, this is the spillover matrix conversation with the commissions here. So if I look here at August 16th, bi-monthly, with everybody that I was personally recruiting and Aaron was personally recruiting and all that sort of thing, above that, 7% commission off of the $240 that goes into the pot for that. I got $317 from the matrix that week. This week, we've got 365 here. Now, I know people in my team who joined early enough who have gone in and got their timestamp position right at the very top when they joined with me and absolutely recruited nobody yet and still earning $16, $20, $50 commission in that matrix from the spillover effect. So it all got to do with your time and date stamped positioning. Coming back here to live commissions, your weekly is your direct commissions. So if I look here, week 2, that was my real big week where I put in a lot of people here, 12 people, $920 commissions. So once that's all going in, we've got the points here. So that's 363. There'll be another 300 adding the end of this week there that will add that up to that 4,000. We've got the points here. Oh, there we go. Now I've got $160 from probably week 4 for one of the bonuses that joined up there now. Now that's sitting in points. Now, if I want that to get paid into my global e-wallet, I need to transfer that over to points. I need to go to commissions. Let's do that live right now. Transfer. There we go. That's now going to sit over and go to my iPayout account that I would have set up, which is set up as a direct deposit to my bank account. So there we go. That gets paid out every Thursday afternoon, Friday morning for us. You'll see commissions coming to your commissioner check. So you can start to see now that's all in action there. So yeah, it's right now the way we make money from this is recruiting, and as we go, we bring on the vendors. That'll be phase 2, and we'll start to see the sales come from there. If you go to shoply.com, if you haven't been there already, I highly encourage you to check that out. You can start to see new products every day being so shoply.com. You start to see products every day starting to come on here.
Quick
And
question, Jeff, while you're going
vendors.
through the products, how long does it normally take a vendor to be able to go through the process? I've already submitted all my stuff and I haven't heard a word
Yeah.
back from them.
Squeaky wheel get the grease. So if you sent a application a couple of weeks ago, send them a reminder saying, look, what's going on, guys? We really wanted to get this going. What's my next step?
Right.
And that's basically what I've had to do in these beta phasing tests. They're in the process of automating it all, but right now it's a very manual process.
Yeah.
I've got over the month, I've sent 40 emails just as, hey, go, what's going on, guys? Let's get this moving. Let's get this moving. They'll give
Yeah.
so the challenge that they've had, especially for us Aussies, is the whole know your customer process is very set up for American vendors. So
Yeah.
they wanted us to send, through the American tax file thing and all of that
Yeah.
sort of jazz. And that just got all a bit messy. So they're now basically using me as a guinea pig for us Aussies to streamline it for us Aussies, for the Aussie process. Now, the way that I helped them fast track it this week was they wanted to be able to basically, get my tax file number and approval of that. So I sent them a screenshot of my ATO, my Gov, login sort of thing with all those details. So I'm being
Right.
the guinea pig to help streamline this process. It will
Yeah.
get faster, but right
Yeah.
now, for us beta testers, it's get noisy, be the squeaky wheel that gets the grease, and just keep in their inbox, keep front of mind.
Yeah. One more question. It might sound dumb, but I'm or ignorant. To be a vendor, you don't need to be an influencer pro. I know they've got the free vendor license with the influencer pro, but for somebody who doesn't want to purchase on the site, they can just be a vendor, right?
Correct. Long term, yes. However, you're going to pay a higher licensing fee. So it's what is it, 1,000 for domestic or 1,500 for international.
Is that a year?
It's a license, so one-off license, and then they'll pay the monthly fee of either it's $80 a month versus I think $100 a month off the top of my head for the vendor application fee. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
So look, I've got people in my pipeline who just want to be vendors.
Yeah.
But I'm taking advantage of this Influencer Pro deal, getting them signed up for $800 in Influencer Pro, and getting them locked in as a free through the free vendor license that way.
I think for example, I have a potential vendor, but there's no chance that she would want to buy anything. She'd just be like, yeah, I'm not maintaining this 100 QV. I'm not here to buy, I'm here to sell. So I think she'd be happy to go for the higher rate. What's the process? And sorry if I'm taking up the time for the call. What's the process
It's questions.
to get a vendor on just instead of, going through the Influencer Pro process?
This is what I'm saying. There is no process right now.
Right. Okay.
It's the Influencer Pro channel. Otherwise, they have to wait.
Okay.
Yeah, simple answer. So
no, and that's fine. I want to give her info, but I'm like,
yeah. Look, what I would be doing, Amanda, at the very least, is getting into, and this is what I wanted to actually talk about next, is the ATM group that was set up.
Right.
So if we go here to Shoply Influencer Group, so we're basically this is the ATM. Yeah, I know, Amanda, you're probably proficient. Add tag message for those of you who are not familiar. I'll go in deeper in this in a second, but I would invite them into this group here. If I go here to vendor application. Sorry, I'm in the wrong group. This is for our prospects. The ATM group is for our free invites. Those who have actually got an invite are in the process and upgraded. We've got the influencer team group. And if you go to influencer team group here, if you go to vendor, this is actually the application process like that you and I are going through right now, Amanda. So we need to get them to either upgrade to Influencer Pro and then go through this process. Now, I've got probably about 5 people that are doing that. They just want to be vendors. That they don't care about the rest of it. They just want to be vendors. So I've got 5 people joining up as an Influencer Pro to be a vendor early. And what'll happen is once they get activated, once they get all set up, they'll have a choice to keep the Influencer Pro position and essentially pay 2 monthly subscriptions. They'll pay the vendor application and they'll pay the Influencer Pro, or they'll just, if they want to just be a vendor, they'll just drop the Influencer Pro side of things.
Right.
So it's a way.
Can I just jump in there?
It's a way to get them in for
Jeff?
$800. Yes, Adrian.
Sorry, mate, my camera's off because obviously it's not working very well, so I'll just keep that off. Just to really answer that one as well. I mean, as a vendor, if they come on, even if they don't want to pay and don't want to buy products, they're going to make their subscription anyway because of the products that get sold from the vendor. So that's going to cover their subscription anyway.
Oh yeah, that's a no-brainer, mate. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you. Yeah, yeah. Leanne.
I just sorry to back up, but so I did find her. I did see a commission, but then you lost me on putting it so you get paid, or otherwise it just
Yep.
is in there and covers your fees, or what's
No,
up?
Yep. Okay, cool. Sorry, I missed a step there for you. That's right. I assumed that you had that set up. Cool. That's good. Thank you for asking the question. So there is no silly questions. It's just these clarity. So when we first log in, and now I've gone through all this, guys. So just to actually point you back, so not to be a tool, to use the tools. I've gone through. When we set up and we onboard people, please get them into this community here. Get them into the fast start setup that I've gone through here on school. And, part of here, getting paid. Welcome to Shoply Fast Start. Let's get paid. So that'll go through the step-by-step process of how you connect your e-wallet and all of that sort of thing. But just to quickly show you here, Leanne, so you go to profile. You're going to go to commission accounts. Now, you'll need to go through the process there if this is your first time doing it. I've already done it, so now it'll just take me to my global e-wallet. And it looks like I've already logged in, right? So once you've actually logged into your global e-wallet, you then need to set up automatic transfer. So you'll need to go automatic transfer, add a new account, let's say, and go for bank account. You put in your bank account details. It'll ask you for your passport or your driver's license. It'll ask you for a bank statement to approve it all. So it's all, it's all gone through the fraud protection stuff and whatnot. And then I've just got mine set up now that as soon as money hits this account, it's getting automatically transferred, as you can see here, to my bank account.
Can we choose to keep it in there? Then could we use that to pay our monthly fees?
At right now, I believe no, but I do believe that there has been talk at the leadership level about that facility, and I think that they're turning that on. I don't think they've got that on right this second.
Okay, thank you.
So that will be a future thing, yes. And I do believe that people will actually be able to use, they're talking about bringing in cryptocurrency, connected to that global e-wallet, so people can use crypto to pay for things if they need to. Cool. Thank you, ladies. These are some really powerful questions. This is what this is all about. So, any other questions around that topic before we move on? Nope. Everybody's giving me the nod, silence. Okay, cool. All right. Now let's move on to some recruitment strategies. I want to talk about the vendor application the vendor prospecting side of things. I'm really big on really wanting to build the vendor program. That's my personal preference. I just see, bringing on a vendor, getting them set up, getting them onboarded, helping them promote their products to our community, getting 3% royalty commissions and perpetuity for that globally. I think it's just a no-brainer. So what I've actually been doing is I've been putting up content, to attract these people for me. Now, my vendor niche, attraction marketing 101, find a niche community. And, you've got some, just in this team call here right now, I can think of 3 to 4 people who can help you with, working out attraction marketing. Amanda's one of the best in the world at it. Leanne's pretty good at it. I'm pretty good at it. So, attraction marketing 101, guys, you've got all the support and team training that you need here to be able to master that game. Now, let's say you're into the thick of it all, you're mastering the game. I put up a post here that I want to walk through. It's got me about probably 20 leads. I can't think off the top of my head now. I've lost count. At least 10 leads that I've gotten through here just off this one post. Now, this is coming off the back of I have a following that is designed that I've been nurturing and building quite heavily and active consistently for the last 3 years. So please don't go comparing your results to my results. I don't want you to get caught up in the curse of comparison here. But I put up a post here. See, my niche is I'm looking for other digital course creators. You know, Amanda joined Shoply for this reason. Leanne's joined Shoply for this reason, to be able to put their products onto a platform to tap into an influencer army to take advantage of the influencer affiliate program. That's what got people on board through my conversations. I've also got physical products coming on. You know, I've got a lady who's joining today. She's bringing in this product called Earth Food. It's a solution that you put into your soil to help you to get your microbiome nutrients. You know, get your soil healthy. So when you grow your vegetables, you're growing healthy vegetables with nutritional value. So like that's a vendor, the physical product that I'm personally bringing on today. You know, signing up as an influencer pro, going through the process, and away we go. I've been nurturing this conversation for the last 2 months. But these conversations all come off the back of a post like this. You know, I put up here yesterday, who creates courses or has their own brand of products? I've been very specific on own brand, you know, because this is not set up for people like with a Nagic or Amari or Juice Plus or whatever that is, right? You know, unless you're the owner of the product, you control the customer service, the shipping, all of that side of things. Shoply is a perfect fit for you if you do that. But it's not for other reps to go and put their other products on this and try and sell it as another, you know, representative channel. Leanne, yes, you guys, what are you holding up there?
Artists. Can we bring artists?
100% can, yes. I've got a guy who does shirts, print on demand type shirts for big men like myself. You know, 5XL, 7XL, you know, all the way up to 8XL, Ralph Lauren type quality shirts with print on demand products. He's an artist. He's using merchandise to be able to do that. So, like, if you can put your products on Etsy or something along those lines, like you're a candle maker, a soap maker, or whatever, that type of thing, yeah, Shoply will work for you. It's not going to work at the same big scale as it would for, you know, someone like a product like Nike, you know, but that's the thing, right? If you can put it on Amazon, you can put it onto Shoply. If you can put it onto Etsy, you could probably put it onto Shoply. And so right now, what they're looking for is they're looking for friendly vendors. They're looking for vendors who have a product that can go to market already and are willing to go through the teething beta testing phase of being patient and you know, going through the quirks of helping us to speed up and streamline the application process. So I'm looking for digital course creators, you know, personally, but I did put out their own brand of products and know someone who does. So straight up, you know, what do we got? We got Christine. I'm in a conversation with Christy, in a conversation with Jonathan, Brad, you know, all of these people, right? They're all digital course creators, just like I am. And so away we go. So then I'm reaching out to them, and let's look at Peter for an example. And so I've started a conversation via a post, and I've reached out to Peter. Say, hey, Peter, I've been following your work. I love it. I know this guy's in the AI coaching space as well. You know, quick question. Do you have an affiliate program or influencer program for your products? If not, is this something you'd be interested in looking into? Is this something you'd thought about? Hey, Jeffrey, I do have an affiliate program set up. Now, okay, that's cool. So basically I've said, okay, cool. Look, I launched my own affiliate program. You know, it's been awesome for sales, but it's been a major headache for the back end side of things. You know, and I'll copy and paste this script for you as well, so you can get access to this, something similar, so you can tweak it and adjust it. This is my personal story. You could use my personal story as a third party, or come back into it why you're excited. So I'm talking to the pain of the headaches of what it takes to operate your own independent affiliate program. So, you know, that's why I'm excited about Shoply, because Shoply is going to look after all that for me, take that manual pressure off it for me. And as a digital course creator, not only going to get access to a product that's on a fast growing platform of affiliates that are ready to promote it. So now we're talking about that benefit. With Shoply, we're still in the early adopter phase. So there's a huge benefit of being first to the marketplace, you know, and then I position it. Would you be open to checking it out with a 3 quick minute video? Now, I'm in experimentation mode. I've been a little bit direct. Now, these guys, I've already had amazing conversations with them in the past. So they're warm. They're not cold audience. I've already built a lot of rapport. There's the know, like, and trust there, so I can be a little bit more direct. right? Versus now being more conversational, going through the qualify, invite, going through that process. So I'm in experimentation mode, and this is just the last 24 hours. But just going through that approach, I now have from that one post, I have 8 leads that are watching that 3-minute video. My next question is I'm going to come up with that, and I'm basically going to ask them, say, hey, you check that video out. What do you like best? Right. So just share another conversation. It's a little bit further down the pipeline. Let me see where this one is here. Here we go here. So same sort of conversation, gone through the same thing. Hey, Jeffrey, no, not yet. It's definitely something I love to know how to do. So I've shared my story again. Yes, sounds great. I'm interested, open to exploring this. Cool. Go ahead, watch this 3-minute video. Let me know what you like best. Just watched it. Still not 100% clear on how it works, but I'm guessing it's like Amazon, but we become vendors, suppliers. How would I join if I want to become a part of this? Correct. Now I'm going to get the invite going so I can get the free invite, and I'll follow up with that and get into a conversation later on today. I'll get the free invite. I'll invite her into, invite.shoply.com, start the process. So, go here into invite, just to, if you haven't done this before, it's all in the school training, just to give you an understanding of how to do this. A quick idea. Go send invite, put their details in. This one here, I'm waiting for her to accept it. I then can copy that SMS, send it through to them, click the invite. Now that person is invited into my team. So when they upgrade, I'll get credit for that upgrade. She'll get the next best spot in the team with a time and date stamp positioning, and away we go. So there's just a couple of conversations there that I've put in for, using essentially the direct approach for a very warm audience to start the conversation and get into the process of sharing my own personal story to get them interested into seeing the next step. So you'll notice there in my conversation, I didn't go say, here's a video, go check it out. That essentially is as a link spam approach. It's a direct pitch approach. I connected with them. I asked them a qualifying question. Would this be a good fit, or do you have it? So I'm asking her, do you have an affiliate program? If not, would you be open to learning how to do something like that, or curious about what that looks like? Then gone in and shared my story about the pain, and so they connect and relate and, meet them at that level. And then at the end of it, the call to action is, would you be open to learning more to see if this is a good fit for you? Yes, Jeff, love to. Cool. Here's the 3-minute video. Go check it out. Let me know what you like best. And then once they've gone ahead, watched the video, they start asking questions. Okay, they're going to ask relevant questions for what's in it for them. Most of these people are going to start asking questions around the whole vendor process. And I'm going to say to them, look, they're all really great questions. What I've got for you is I've got a 45-minute overview video that's going to give you an overview of the entire program which Shoply has to offer for influencers, for affiliates, and vendors. I'm very specific on coming back to the vendor conversation. Go check this out. This will give you a base understanding. Let's unpack this and explore this together to make sure this is a good fit for you. Go check it out and come back to me with your questions and what you like best. So they'll go ahead, watch that video. I'll follow up. I'll get into the follow-up process. They'll start asking questions. Look, they're all really great questions. Let's get into that. Now, personally, I've been answering my own questions, but what I encourage for each and every one of you to do is that's the stage where you need to introduce them to your sponsor. Now, your sponsor who's obviously got a base understanding, knowledge of it all. I'm looking at this list here right now. I'd be comfortable with Zach to do that, Adrian to do that. Joanne, you've been plugged into it, Leanne, so plug them into that third party to be able to help them. Even if you know the answers, what we're doing here is we're using that 3-way authority structure to help them to feel like they can do it themselves, to simplify the process. Because if I start answering everybody's questions, depending on the person that I'm talking to, they'll probably see themselves in that, say, look, I hate sales. I don't like to do it. Just start putting it in the too hard basket. But if I bring someone to, say, Aaron or Travis, and all they've seen me do is invite them to the next person in the, the upline, they can see themselves and go, oh, that's simple. All Jeff Wood had to do was share a video with me, essentially qualify me, and then introduce me to Aaron or Travis. Hey, I can do that. So that's that simplicity and that the duplicatable system of leveraging each other and building this together as a team. So, guys, that's how essentially I'm at the moment starting the vendor conversation. If I was looking for influencers and influencer pros, it would be exact same strategy. I would just start with the post at the front that is designed to pique the curiosity, designed to start the conversation that's targeting that audience. I would still go through and share the same 3-minute video. I would still ask them simply, what do you like best? And I just answer their questions. So at the moment, that essentially is my sales funnel. You know, there are sales funnels coming down from corporate that are going to streamline this and be a lot more professional looking and, you know, a lot sexier than that. But essentially, I'm not waiting for that. I'm getting out there. I'm experimenting. I'm figuring this out as we go. And that's how I'm starting the vendor conversation. Once people are ready, they've sold, they've bought into the vision, they've bought into the idea of it all. Then we get them to upgrade to an Influencer Pro. If you get them to do that before the 10th, they'll get a free vendor license to come on with that. And then we get them plugged into the beta vendor application process. Essentially, we hold their hands. Guys, at the end of the day, this is a leadership conversation. This is leadership 101. You know, it's our job to help people create clarity, get rid of the confusion, and lead them to the step by step process. And then to help build a team, we do exactly the same thing, just like I'm doing with these calls today. These calls are designed to build community, but what they're really designed is they're designed to build clarity to help you to duplicate, to go do the step by step process. So, guys, are there any questions around any of that approach? So I'm just looking through the comments here. Please drop the Facebook group link into the comments. Cool. Yep, let me do that right now for you. So you go to search, it's Shoply Influencer Facebook info group, but here is the, this is the one I'm going to talk about in a second about the ATM. Let me drop that in. And then the main group that's run by Aaron and Travis for upgrades is Influencer Team. And that's the Facebook group link here as well. And all this information's in the school, getting started, plugged into community conversation. You'll find that all in school as well. So there's your 2 Facebook group links. Could an artist put their products? Yep, we've answered that. More of you to love. Not sure. I want this video to clip just that part to share with the vendors. What I'll do, Leanne, is I will give you a copy of the recording, as this has been recording. I'm actually going to upload this to YouTube anyway, but I'll give you the raw file so you can edit and do what you like. Sorry, guys, got to run. Cool. Zach, you got your hand up, champion. Way you go, mate.
Okay. Hey, so on the backside of the vendors, so what I'm doing right now is I am basically any Facebook ad I see, I'm going to their Facebook. I'll message them sometimes, but I'm going to their website and then email them directly from their support or partner website. It's very cold, but is that, I guess, a good idea?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean,
Look, this is the thing, right? We're all pioneers, right? We're all experimenting, figuring this out as we go and trying new things out for ourselves, right? The approach that I'm taking right now is very much off the back of a warm audience that I've been, nurturing for 3 years. It's a very much an organic approach, traction marketing approach. But this is one of those products. One of the reasons why I love this, right, is this is one of those things that I would actually personally start going out and door knocking around Launceston, going around to all of the businesses in Launceston that I know that would be a fit, and jumping in and saying, hey, I'm curious, do you have you've got some awesome products here. Do you have an affiliate or influencer program for your products? And so I'd be asking that question. See, that piques that curiosity conversation. And no, actually, I don't. I've looked at it. We know the ability of what to do, but it just seems all too hard basket. And it's, if I could show you a way to help you to streamline that process and tap into a ready-made affiliate army, would you be open to learning more and going into that conversation? Now, the reason I've got my YouTube channel up here is another really great resource that I'm personally using is Aaron's YouTube channel, Team Influence. And Aaron actually, hit the nail on the head with this conversation in our team training call last Tuesday morning for his team training call. So if you go to this one here, Team Influence, he actually talked about what he's personally doing. Is it this one? It doesn't look right. 17th of the 9th. No, that's too early. Go to videos. I'm looking for this one. I wasn't going to go shopping until I watched that. That was his snapshot. Team training, 1st of October. Right here we go. So Aaron actually has started this process already as well. He's helping. He's got some team in the Philippines, and a few of his teams had exactly the same conversation, Zach. How do we reach out to vendors with a cold approach? And so Aaron's actually gone ahead and helped them out and put this email together. Hey, Watsons, or hey, Nike, or hey, whatever, right? I'm writing in regards to your affiliate program. I love your products and have been marketing health and beauty products online for 15 years, and I've sold millions of US dollars worth of goods. I've currently got a team of influence in the Philippines who are looking to market quality health and beauty products locally and internationally. I noticed that you have an in-house affiliate program, which is very forward-thinking. I'm also involved in an affiliate program called Shoply. It's just launched. It's backed by a billionaire in the USA, and I'm heading up the sales in the Philippines. I would love to speak to you about marketing your products through my team of influencers and the Shoply platform as vendors. As the vendors, you would get to choose the prices and commissions in addition to your current program. This could be another great way to reach the market through a whole team of influencers all at once. I look forward to hearing back from you, exploring this option further. Here's a quick 3-minute video explaining a little bit about Shoply and how it works. So that's Aaron's essentially cold reach approach. And this is something that I feel like if you put, marketing and sales is all about putting the right product in front of the right people at the right time. And I had a lot of success, back in 2008, selling business coaching packages in Brisbane by walking around and door knocking, essentially walking into every single business that I could in the Brisbane region. I did it 2 times. I went around every single business in Brisbane twice in 3 years. So I would go pull up in a suburb and I'll go and talk to 20 or 30 businesses a day, prospecting. And essentially I would go in, and our hook at that stage was, hey, I've got access to a government grant to help you with training your team in management and leadership. Would you be open to learning more? So I came up with a very clever hook to build curiosity and get them interested to start the conversation. So taking that same approach, Zach, you could go ahead and send out messages or go door knocking or whatever that requires. The marketing channel in itself doesn't matter. It's the conversation starting hook is what you need to do. And then put that hook in front of 20, 30, 40, 100 people a week. You'll get some results that way, and you'll start a lot of conversations that way. So I love the attitude, Zach. And if I was doing cold approach, which I will be doing down the road, at the moment I don't need to. I've got a very warm audience, so I'm basically leveraging what I've built up already. But if I was starting out ground zero, I would get into the cold market approach, and that's how I would do it. But I wouldn't be doing it as a way that, hey, you got this awesome, thing you got to go check out. See, that's a direct pitch. Or I wouldn't be saying, here, go sign up for my free invite. Or, hey, I've already sent you a free invite. That's a link spam. What we need to do is the process does not change. It's just how we get creative. The first step in the process is how do we start a conversation? How do we create a hook that designs curiosity to get the conversation open? And so if I walked into a shop right now and just like Aaron's done, I would probably shorten that down a bit, and I would say something along the lines of, hey, I love your products. I'm curious, do you have an affiliate or influencer program to be able to help sell these? And they'll either say yes or no to that. And if they say no, I would be saying, hey, look, I'm curious, like, here's the benefits of blah, 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 blah. Would you be open to learning how you could tap into that? And then starting the curiosity conversation through that. So I'm starting a conversation, I'm qualifying, and then I'm inviting them into the process. And then we go down the rabbit hole. Does that help, Zach? Awesome. Cool. Great conversation, guys. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate you for today's training. Look, we've probably got about 5 or 10 minutes left. I just want to now just dive into a little bit of brief around ATM. So ATM stands for add tag message. If you actually come into the team influencer group chat here, type in ATM in the search. When the guys launched this ATM group about a month ago now, they actually did a team training on it here. Now, I would highly encourage everybody to go rewatch that team training. Travis does an absolute brilliant job on how to leverage ATM. But here's a quick 30-second snapshot. So once I've invited people in, I've invited them in, right? So looking at my last invite, David B, right? So I've got him into the conversation. He's accepted my invite. My next stage in the process is I'm then adding him to this Facebook group, Shoply Influencer Info Group, to keep the conversation alive so it's not reliant on me to follow up. Right, so I'm double whammy thing here, and I'm adding them to this group. This is getting involved into community, and it's like walking into a room with 1,000 other people all saying yes. 1,000 people that say yes, you don't want to miss out. You'll say yes as well. So it's relying on that psychology, right? So what I do here is I'm going to add them to so I'll add them. So I'll invite. So, add David to the group, invite him in. So then I'm going to tag him on this post. This is a welcome post here. This is the one that I'm using. And so I'll tag, let's just go to the newest one here and I'll show you exactly what's happened here. I know, well done, Zach. Awesome job there, mate. You've got a couple of people there. Well done. So I've tagged David here. David, this is a great place to start to see if Shoply is a good fit for you. Let's chat in 24 hours, right? He's like that. So now I've got to follow up with David later on. So I've tagged him, but then I'm also now going to send David a message, that I've tagged him into this group, right? So hang on, let me just go through the conversation here. Okay, so he's checked out the video. I've been using voice notes at this stage to explain things. Cool. Other than blockchain, he's getting confused with the decentralized. I clarified that. Do you actually know the developer? Yes, I know the corporate team. Is this not Shoply.io? No, he's got a fake clone website at the moment, guys. There are, knockoff websites out there at the moment trying to rip us off already. So like this here is nothing to do with us. This is a fake website. I can tell it's a WordPress website by seeing the WordPress logo there. So just be careful, guys. There are knockoffs out there trying to ride off our coattails. If you see anything like that, report that to Shoply support. I've explained to him what's going on there, point him in the right direction. Here's the correct site, yada, yada, yada. Okay, cool. So now he's accepted my invite. Okay, so there's no store set up in front. I've explained, I've answered his questions. Okay, congratulations on accepting the invite here. Now I'm going to get you to go and watch this video to understand more. And also, I've just sent you, a message here. That's the actual post to get some more information, which I'm directing right here. So I've messaged him, right? So add, tag, message, ATM strategy. Now, guys, don't go adding people to that group unless you've gone through, they've seen the 3-minute video and you've qualified them. Okay, we need to make sure that we're qualifying people and we're inviting people in. That add part needs to be an invite. Don't just go through and think, oh, I've got these 100 people, they'd be perfect for this, and go and add them to that group. That's not what that group's about. We need to make sure that we've got qualified, invited people that have said yes to coming and joining that group. And then that'll build a really active, vibrant community, and we can leverage that community together. Aaron and Travis and myself and other leaders will be putting up our post in there, and then that's how we sort of start to build this together. When someone joins that group, they'll need to make sure that they go through the process and say, okay, I was referred to this group by Adrian, by Joanne, by Sherry. So that's how we could, code it back to the person who brought them into that group. It's just a fail safe to make sure that nobody's getting in there and trying to poach people from people, if you know what I mean. So it's all about integrity. It's all about community and doing this together. But the leadership team are very big on making sure that we protect the integrity of the group from that space. Cool. All right. Just going back through the chat here. Thank you. Me too, please. Join to learn more here. But it's only invite to the group. They still have to accept to join. Correct. They still have to accept the group to join. Yeah. And if you've done your job right, you've invited them in, they're qualified, they'll accept the group to join because they'll want to know more, right? Responsible to, not responsible for. Fall in love with the process. Don't get attached to the results. Cool. All right, guys. So we've covered, comp plan, quote requirements. We've covered ATM. We've covered vendor application process and recruitment process. I know there's still a few of you here, and it's now on the hour. I've got probably about another 5 minutes that I could stay back. Is there any other burning questions that need answers to? Yep, Adrian, where you go, mate?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Jeff. Just a quick one. Another good idea that people can do is quite simple, is just go to the Influence the Team chatbot, and then you could ask them to write a particular hook for that particular vendor or what they want to do, and then just run that through their chat GPT and to mix it up, and then they can tailor make it for themselves for that one. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's
to get some good hooks. The other thing is, like what Zach was saying prior to that, you just never know when you put out your feelers, you could land a really big fish. They might come across. You don't know who might catch on to that hook or that conversation. So I guess just keep on putting things out there because you never know who comes along.
Yeah, mate, you 100% hit the money on the head. Like at the end of the day, this is about falling in love with the process, not the results, and just being consistent. The only difference between, a newbie and a master that's been doing this for a while is obviously the experience and the wisdom that comes with that. But the actions that newbie and the veteran are actually no different. Fraser Brooks Fraser Brooks. I follow a lot of his stuff, and one of his sayings is just do the basics bigger, better, faster. Right. So on that topic, around the basics, we discussed this last week. If you need just a refresher, go back to last week's training here with the replay of our Basecamp call. I talked about our basics, which is our DMO, our daily actions list. Step one, go reach out to 20 new people every day. Targeted people, build your following, right? And then go and engage with people. Connect with 30 posts, like, share, comment, start new conversations. Like you put your post up and start new conversations. Step 4, share the video, expose people to the opportunity, get them invited into the system, add them to the ATM group. Step 7, make sure that you're putting up your post every day to share the story. Right now you could get off the back of this training and just say, hey, just had an amazing training with our leader mentor. Here are some of the key insights that, Jeff has shown me. And this is one of the benefits that we get when we join Shoply. Like, one of the biggest challenges and the frustration points that I see time and time again with network marketers is they join companies and they don't have support. They join companies and they're left to try and figure it out for themselves. These are the reason why I host these calls on a weekly basis. It's not because I like the sound of my own voice, although, yeah, I do. No, it's not because I like the sound of my own voice. It's because I know that this type of support is sorely needed in our industry. And this is one of our unique selling points to coming along and joining our team. You know,
Yep,
that
and that script's
access.
perfect. Yeah, that script's perfect, and I've got that obviously on Notepad, so should everyone else really. And then the script that you got there has been tweaked, and I've ran that through Chat GPT and personalized that myself as well. So it's a perfect way to go.
Yeah. So Joanne, you just asked, can you have access to that script and that DMX? Yes, you can, but I'm not going to give it to you. You need to come here to school, come into the community, make sure that you're a member of school here. I'll give you access to this classroom. Come to the fast start and all of that sort of stuff there. You'll find. I'm going to make sure I've got a resource list here to make sure this is nice and easy to find later on. But right now, that's from last week's team training. Come here. You can even watch the team training. I go into detail step by step with that process. But there's the invite script. There's the action list that's there for everybody to come get it. So one of my mentors, I'll keep repeating it, is don't be a tool, use the tools. If I don't have a tool that's created for us as a team to be able to go faster and duplicate, bring that to our attention. We'll go create that. But so yes, Joanne, you can definitely go have that, but go to school, you can grab it from there. Actually, what I'll do is I will just copy that link there for that team training to get you actually into the school, and you can go find that. There you go. So I will help you that way. I'm trying to encourage everybody to go to school, because that's where all the resources and tools and the fast start training, that's where it's all going to be. Yeah, and the reason I bring that up is I don't want you to become codependent on me or your upline or anybody. We need to be empowered and equipped and run fast ourselves. So yeah, school is my way of solving that problem. And so yeah, go to school. Cool guys. All right, let's just do. Actually, no, we haven't got time. All right, guys, let's call it a wrap. Thank you very much for joining us along for today's Basecamp call. Really appreciate you. I'll be able to do. Hang on, let me just look at the dates and times. Next week, can I do next week? Yeah, that's right. Next week is not going to be on because I will be in India. So next week, the week after, are no calls, no Basecamp calls from me personally. However, Aaron's running a team training call every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Sydney time. Highly recommend that you plug into those calls. And also, he's running a opportunity snapshot every Wednesday night. So if you come to the Team Influence Facebook group here, go to events, you'll see here Tuesday morning, 12 p.m. Australian Eastern Time. That's actually, it's 11 a.m. Brisbane time, 12 p.m. Sydney time. Yeah, because daylight savings kicks in after this weekend. And you've got the opportunity snapshot here with Aaron, 7:30 p.m. Brisbane time, 8:30 Sydney time for the opportunity snapshot there with Aaron. Highly recommend it at a very ask minimum with me being in India that you plug into those calls. The opportunity calls are great to get all your people that you've invited in. I'm using the opportunity calls personally as a way to follow up with people and keep them in the conversation. And then, Aaron's team training calls are brilliant as well. These team training calls that I'm hosting on a Friday morning are just to really help us build community and just do like we've just done today, create clarity, help get rid of some avoidance, answer questions and build this together. So hopefully we've achieved that for today's objective. So there will be no team training call next Friday or the following Friday. Our next team training call with yours truly will be back on the 25th. So 10 a.m. Sydney time, 25th of October, because I will be in India and I'll probably have no internet connection most of the time. So thank you very much for your time, guys. Love yous. Thank you very much. And yeah, let's go build this and rock this together. Talk soon. Peace out.